I'm not messy. I'm not messy. Aren't you? And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is season 6, episode 2, Basketball Wives LA. Child, I'm not messy, I'm not messy, I'm not messy, but running around slinging mess and no receipts. Now, Miss Tammy, girl, I don't know what you're talking about, but you coming across looking a little shitty, girl. You keep on coming up with stuff, and then you ain't got no receipts, girl. That's a little messy. But anyway, let's go on and talk about it. I do have a correction to make from the last episode. Kiana is actually, I had said that when she was married to Nick, she was never married to Nick. So that's a correction. Moving on. Okay, so first we see Evelyn and her daughter actually at a photo shoot, and just beautiful. The two of them, it was really, I said, look at Evelyn with this red hair, and she really did look like a madam. I was cracking up laughing. But they had a real nice little photo shoot. Everything was gorgeous. And then she was telling her daughter, you know, that about how she felt leaving Shawnee's birthday party after the whole big blow up with Tammy, and how it was so hard for her to be quiet and just let go of the shit that Tammy was saying, because Tammy was calling her whores and bitches and this, that, thing, and the other. She was saying how hard it was to just let that go. But as she walked away from it, it felt good that she was able to do it and not let Tammy get up underneath her skin and rent space in her head. And I was like, girl, good for you, because I couldn't have did it. Anyway, moving on. Next, we got Jackie meeting up with Tammy and Elena J. I'm like, who's this Elena J? And when she said, they call me Persia, I said, all right, that do sound like a stripper, like some pole dancing ass shit. But any bitch with a name that don't have anything to do with what they people call her, I said, this whore's messy, and I can see it coming. And sure enough, she didn't. She satisfied it, honey. She's messy as hell. But anyway, they were sitting, they talked about, it was really Tammy. Tammy was just in it, so busy going on with this mess about Evelyn. Evelyn. It's like, Tammy, let it go. Damn. And she's going on and on, and she's like, Jackie, she called you a despicable parent. You know, Jackie, and she's telling Jackie about backpedaling and pussy popping, and Jackie's like, well, no, I mean, she says she didn't do it, and I believed her. And she's like, well, you're stupid. You know, this, that, thing, and the other. She was just driving it home. I said, All right, Tammy. And then again, couldn't produce no receipts. Here she go through that phone again and still ain't finding nothing. Every time, Tammy, that you go through that phone and you're not finding these things online to support the things that you're saying, you're looking crazy as fuck. So stop getting mad when people say you look crazy and that you look messy. Bitch, you do. Anyway, moving on. So, of course, you know, Jackie's easy, you know, because she is crazy. So she's like, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to Evelyn. Go ahead, girl. You're going to keep on, and Evelyn's going to end up smacking you in your top lip. Keep on playing. But anyway, next we see Shawnee, and then they introduce this Bonnie Jill, who's this forecaster and a female scout. I kind of like what she stands for. I don't know that I like her, but I like what she stands for, like how she was saying she's not real pressed about being married. Her version of dating, I have my own house, you have your own house. I don't want no motherfucking kids. I run my space. I got my own space. You got your own space. I run my space. You don't tell me what to do. I'm in full control of me. And I'm successful. Bitch, that work for me. All of that shit works for me. I said, okay, girl. But again, I said I got my good eye on her. Later on, we actually see Jackie and Evelyn goes to, because she does a lot of animal rescue stuff. They go to a little thing for saving the beagles and all of this, and they're going to help her out with that situation on their media, on their social media and all that. Well, that gave Jackie the chance to talk to Evelyn again. As soon as Jackie went to rehashing this shit, you can see Evelyn starting to get frustrated. Like, bitch, are we doing this again? Like, I'm not going to keep on explaining myself out of this same motherfucking hole. You know what I mean? So she's like, Tammy is messy as hell, Jackie. Like, you can listen to all that you want to listen to. Where is it that I didn't write anything on the damn GoFundMe? Can you pull the GoFundMe up? Can you show me where I said this, where I wrote this paragraph? Then I don't really want to hear that shit, you know? And she said, and if you want to know if I said anything, ask your daughter. I said, bingo. You just shut that shit down. Because we all know that Jackie can't ask her daughter, because do her daughter talk to her? Moving the fuck on. Jackie's just stupid. And that was that. But the bitch's nails were pretty. Did y'all notice her nails were like electric blue? Those were pretty. That fucking Jackie. What a ridiculous ass. She had one of them shirts. You know I love them shirts with the where the thumb is in the sleeve. And then that bitch's nails were electric blue. They were gorgeous. I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't stop looking at them. You know, because her face. And mentioning that, let's talk about the fact that Doug ain't feeling it. I'm looking at Doug and looking at her. Tell me why do Jackie look like Doug's mom? She really did. She looks like she is his motherfucking mother, honey. Anyway, and Doug, how you doing? Oh, Doug. Anyway, Dee told her to mind her motherfucking business and stay out of her daughter's Chantel's business with her boyfriend and his situation about them getting married and all that. Wasn't that bitch sitting around there trying to call the Ukraine? Jackie need to mind her goddamn business for somebody strangling her old ass. Anyway, so that whole thing went on. And like I said, I told you that motherfucking Bonnie Jill, I just kind of said, you know, honey, Bonnie Jill got right on there and played the dingy white woman role, honey. She met up later on with Tammy and Shawnee, and they, you know, her and Tammy met, and they were just talking, and it just slid out of her mouth about how Evelyn and Jackie had this conversation, and they said that Tammy was messy. Oh, yeah, they said, yeah. Evelyn and Jackie, they said that you were messy. I said, bitch, now I know you started some shit. Now, she ain't really know Tammy, honey, but I'm sure Shawnee has told her about Tammy. Tammy flew right the fuck off the handle, was like, oh, wait a motherfucking minute. I said, release the beast, honey. And Tammy got pissed off. She's like, oh, that's okay. I'm a motherfucker get with Jackie here. Yes, I really am. I said, oh, here we go. Here we go. The shit is going to get started. And Bonnie Jill, you bitch, you started it and you knew what you were doing, bitch. Don't try to sit there and play coy white woman, honey. You knew what you were doing, bitch. I'm glad you did it because it's going to make it interesting next week. But you knew what you was doing, bitch. Anyway, so, you know, Tammy's pissed. She all in her feelings. Shawnee just shaking her head like, here we go. Anyway, Chantel had that baby this episode, and Jackie was just being overwhelmed. She was just being too much, doing the most. And Chantel was looking at her like, girl, go away. Last thing we actually did see, no, not the last thing. Evelyn and her sister talked about the whole IVF process and the possibility of a baby or not having a baby, and she was just trying to talk to Evelyn to see where she was, you know, emotionally with that process, and she seems pretty sound and solid about it, so I think she'll be okay. Last thing, Juice. This was Juicy. That motherfucking Elena J. I told y'all that bitch, when that bitch said, they called me Persia, I knew that bitch had some shit with her. She gonna go meet up with Kiana, okay? And I forgot to mention, Persia or Elena J, she's friends with Jackie, so we know there that she ain't all there, okay? And again, another old bitch trying to appear young. She'd go talk to Kiana and told Kiana, I liked you at the party. That stuff was the best at that party, wasn't it? Just that the other lured her out for lunch and stuff, just so she can get her there and tell her that her and Nick used to text back and forth and stuff. And you can see Kiana's not real good with hiding her feelings, which is interesting to me. I enjoyed it because she was like, she said, well, you kind of looking at me crazy. She said, yeah, I am looking at you crazy because I don't feel like you needed to tell me none of that. And I really ain't for all that. And I feel like you brought me here to try to get under my skin. I ain't really down with all that. I don't even play like that. I was like, oh, I think you didn't open up a can of worms that you didn't want to open up, honey. So she was going, she said, oh, no, just as she was backpedaling, the pussy popping her ass off. And Kiana has said in her confession, she's like, thirsty bitch. I was like, yeah, exactly. She was being smart. And it was so transparent. So I'll look to see more with them because I don't think that's going to end there. It was very awkward, and Kiana didn't handle it very well at all. I mean, she was very much given when I get like, bitch, no, I don't like you, bitch. I ain't gonna sit around and pretend with you, bitch. I ain't got you to do. So I think that's not gonna be the last we see of them two. I think them two gonna butt heads, really butt heads for real, because they didn't butt heads this time. Kiana basically just let her know, bitch, I got my good motherfucking eye on you, bitch. But yeah, I think they're gonna butt heads somewhere down the line, and I'll be here to see it, honey. Anyway, so that's it. That was all I got out of this episode. I think next episode is going to be very interesting when Tammy run into that motherfucking Jackie. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.